her eyes. She sat on a stool and he said, what do you want? She said, give me a love that don't freeze up inside. He said, I have melted some hearts in my time, dear, but to sit next to you, well, I shiver and shake. If I knew love, well, I don't think I'd be here, asking myself if I've got what it takes to melt your icy blue heart. Should I stop? Turn what's been frozen for years into a river of tears. Yes, Champy. Bringing it in with the solid ending. Just boom. That was good. Good evening, good people. Friday night date night. Get those nachos blasting. Freedom came on late that night, just like a jet plane in and out of sight. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit when they came into the station. They said I was bad beyond repairs, but I got no qualms with my situation. Say, hey, Ryan. So, oh man, Friday night, day night. Ed Murphy, what's shaking? What's going down? What's going down? The reason if I look a little like did my light burn out, if I don't look well lit, I have an ocular situation going on. So I think I've been bitching for the past couple of weeks about if I wake up, if I haven't had enough water the night before, I wake up with like a scratched cornea kind of thing. So I actually went to the doctor, and he was like, oh, yeah, let's put some drops in your eye. I'm like, what are those? He goes, those are to numb it. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, we're going to do some shit. He was a doctor with a touch of the tism. Didn't have much bedside manner, but he knew his shit. Oh, man. So it turns out I've got recurrent corneal erosion, which sounds fucking awful. But it explains a lot. So basically what happens, so ChatGPT taught me about it. So 30 years ago, I got a poke in the eye from a dog whisker and, caused a little tear or a scratch or an abrasion on the cornea. Well, apparently old corneal injuries, when you get old, like, I am, they can turn into this condition. And basically what it is the surface cells. This might be TMI, and if you're like don't want to deal with this, just put on Jack Black playing the plastic saxophone or something. But it's the sort of top layers of the cornea don't bind well to the next layer of the cornea, and so you have this like layer that shifts and moves, and so every time you blink, this thing moves around, and it fucking hurts. So what he said was, we're just gonna move those loose cells, slag off your. You ever watch like Alex, I forget what his name is, the guy that makes knives. Like when they make molten metal, they sort of pick the top layer off and throw it away. That's basically what he did. He took the top layer of cells, just sort of squished them off with a Q-tip, and then put on a bandage contact lens, which I didn't know was a thing. So I have a bandage contact lens, but my eyes are still a little sensitive. So they're a little sensitive to the light. So I don't have my bright light on, and I've got all my monitors turned way down so I can see without losing my mind. But all should be good. Every time I see you now, yeah, that look in my eye. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. That's one of my favorite lines. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. Damn, that's a beautiful line. Sounds like you have a calluses inside. Oh, calluses inside your eyelid. Maybe. I don't know. I had the exact procedure when I was 12 after a severe burn. Oh, fascinating. Yeah. And it's like the prognosis is basically fine. It's like they're going to do this sort of lightweight version that he basically just did in the office with a Q-tip. And then the contact is letting the new cells regrow. And then basically if they keep delaminating, then they do a version of this where they, do an on the table procedure and just scrape harder and do the same thing. When did you pick up your guitar for the first time? In college. So my mom bought me a ukulele. I think my senior year in high school. And she was like, sing guitar. Like the girls will like it if you play guitar. So I guess we couldn't afford a guitar. So I got a ukulele, which I don't think really serves the purpose with the ladies. But I ended up getting a really cheap 12-string guitar that had a fucked up neck, had a broken truss rod. So you couldn't put 12 strings on it anymore. So it was just like a really wide 6-string. And that's what I learned on. And then I don't know, I just kind of fucked around on the guitar for most of my life. And then in my late 30s, early 40s, I kind of fell in love with Martin Sexton and his music and the way he played. And I had electric guitars, but I was never good at them. I was never really good at this. And then I just decided, I sold all my electric guitars and just decided to learn like finger style like Martin Sexton does. So promotional site, salon, and Facebook niche group AI, looking for a good general AI group. Oh, promoted this salon. Oh, got it. Cool, TK. That's awesome. And good to see you. Welcome. Hey, Spin B3, what's happening? Ooh. Have I played with Copilot agents? I have not. I'm kind of with Ethan Mollick on this one. If you saw Ethan Mollick's response, so Satya Nadella said, hey, we've got agents now. And Ethan Mollick's response was, you keep adding features and no one can fucking find them. I kind of feel the same way. I feel like Microsoft and Google right now are doing the exact same game. They keep releasing what look like interesting technologies that no one can find. So I haven't played with them, but they look interesting. I don't know anyone that's using Copilot other than people at work that can only use Copilot. And then it doesn't sound like they're using it much because it's just a convoluted fucking mess. I'm mostly Rue Code. I don't even know what Rue Code is. So tonight what I figure we'll play with, I played with, I've talked about GenSpark in here before, and I played with it once before, and then before we hopped on here tonight, I tried another thing with GenSpark slides, and it's pretty fucking impressive. So I figure we might play with that. Lovable is now at version 2.0. Might play with that. And there's a bunch of upgrades to ChatGPT that are worth experimenting with. So right before we came on, like an hour ago, Sam Altman once again said GPT 4.0, so the basic non-reasoning model, got a personality upgrade and a intelligence upgrade. So apparently the base model of ChatGPT, the default model, is now more betterer and more personality filled. Now, what's fascinating about that is every time we get used to how these things work, they change them. And so it's like, okay, so it got a personality upgrade. Is that going to be better or worse for someone who's kind of imprinted on how it acts right now? I don't know. Fascinating times. Just looked up Martin Sexton. Good stuff. Never knew about him. He's great. He's great. If you get a chance to see Martin Sexton live, he is insanely talented. He's one of those guys that his voice and the guitar are indistinguishable as instruments. In fact, some of his early stuff he would have two different microphones. One he would sing into, and one he would basically do like air guitar with his voice. He would do like guitar solos with his voice on an effect-driven separate microphone, and he would play along with his guitar. He's amazing in person. I got to see him once at a songwriting summit. So I was in a room with him with like 20 other people. And he started singing a song, and he was singing on a microphone, and he realized it was a small room, and he stepped in front of the microphone, and he hit this high note, and I swear to God, it sounded like trumpets were coming out of his face. It was absolutely fucking amazing. X comment, Josh Groves, man, I've been using GenSpark for a couple of months now, and I love it. It automatically made slides for me the other day. I ran deep research on getting a valuation for a startup I want to pitch. I think they just updated that. Amazing slides. Amazing. Yeah. Like watching what it did. So I'll show you what I did. The thing that I built, it didn't quite do what I asked it to do, but like, holy shit, what it did was quite good. And watching it do it, I'm telling you, man, any of these deep research things where you've got this sort of agentic behavior where you give it a goal and it goes off and starts doing shit and then updates itself. Like one of the things that GenSpark did when I was making this presentation was it was on like slide 7, and then it realized it had fucked up the formatting on slide 3. So it went back and rewrote the HTML for slide 3. Pretty cool. TikTok cams. Oh yeah, sorry there, people. What are you gonna do? I'm just an old fat guy trying to use. Hey, Marge. Yeah. Hey, listen. Which one? How do I? What's that? Yeah, I know you're watching the wheel, hun. Is it a good puzzle? Yeah. Just figure it out myself. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Apparently, the upgraded version has usage caps even for Plus users. The upgraded version of what? Of 4.0? The songs you should listen to from Martin Sexton. He's got an album called Live Wide Open, which is really good. Black Sheep. This is usually what he closes his shows with. And I don't ever sing the whole thing because I can't sing the end of it. Gareth, if you didn't know Kyle and just popped into this, people would be like, what these? What's going on? Who is this? I thought this was the AI Learning Lab. Why is he talking about Martin Sexton? I don't even know who that is. Sitting in this lonely town, won't know when things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. AI Learning Lab is multimodal. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said, you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Saying things to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. Packed up my blue jeans and headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, hi. Oh, that means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, let's get going. Welcome to Chat ADD, people. You think we were never going to get started, and then boom, you're just in it. You went to make yourself a cup of hot chocolate, and you're like, I thought I had minutes. He was in the middle of singing a song, and now he's doing something. What did I miss? You can't sleep on the AI Learning Lab. You can't walk away for a minute. You can't miss a night, although I missed a night last night because I've got recurrent corneal erosion, and that's some shit you got to deal with, apparently. My wife is like, what the heck are you doing? You're watching the NFL draft and listening to a guy sing a song while you talk about AI. Gareth has seen the light. That is the way. You put on some NFL draft action. Has Shedeur Sander been drafted yet, by the way? I assume so. Him and Daddy were comparing Rolexes. You put that on the TV, you try to convince the wife AI is going to be big, and then you just have me in the background rambling nonsense. That is the light. That's how we do it around here. Such is life. No, Shedeur didn't go yet. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I was doing. I got him for like two minutes and I missed something. You haven't missed anything yet. I'll show you some of the stuff that I've been playing with. All right, so let me do that. Let's see. I'm just waiting on DoorDash. Do what you want. Very nice. Perfect. Boom goes the dynamite. Exactly. All right. So let me share my slides. Let me share my screen. There we go. Thank you, producer Brandon. He's got my back. All right. So right before we went live tonight, Sam Altman drops this, GPT-4 got better. And so, and he said it got more personality and it got more intelligence. No one knows what that means. Like, one of the things that drives me nuts about all of these AI companies is, well, okay, what drives me? It's not drives me nuts. One of the things that I think we all need to set our expectations about is that we're not going to get spec sheets. We're not going to get, here are the specific 7 things that were improved and know exactly what that means. These are large language models. They have a mushiness to them, right? They have a non-predictive nature to them, which for people that really know computers drives them kind of crazy, right? One of the things I hear a lot is people who know computers are like, I just want it to do what I tell it to do, and I want it to behave consistently. They don't really do that so good right now. I think over time we'll have hybrid models that, you know, get better at that. But right now it's kind of a mess. So that's just to be expected. So what Sam Altman actually means by more personality and more intelligence, we don't know. This is just 4.0. Okay, so let me share my screen again here. And let me show you a couple of things. Okay. Oh, wait. That's weird. They brought that back. Fascinating, because it was gone for a while. Okay. Oh, no. No, they did. They got rid of it. Okay. So I just had an old version of the site loaded. Okay. Okay. So in your drop-down menu now, you're going to see GPT 4.0. This is the one that got the update today, 4.0. Now you're like, well, wait, 4.5, isn't that one supposed to be better than 4.0? No, it's a completely different thing. It is completely not clear because their naming is horrific. 4.5, from what I understand, I got this from Brent Peterson. What 4.5 is likely going to be, so 4.5 is not a multimodal model. It's supposed to be high personality and good at, I don't know, logic, creative writing, things like that. Apparently what 4.5 is going to be used for is that's going to be the core model that is the orchestrator for GPT-5. And so what I mean by the orchestrator, so right now, the way ChatGPT is, we as humans have to deal with all these fucking models. And it's insanity, right? Like, what is 4.0 versus 0.3 versus 0.4 mini versus 0.4 mini high versus, right? Why is it on us to figure that shit out? Just because it is. That's where it is right now. GPT-5 apparently is going to bury all of those different modalities just underneath. It's just going to be like the chat hole like it used to be when this thing first launched. Apparently 4.5 is going to be the orchestrator that interacts with you and figures out which model it should be using. So that, but I don't know. Some people love 4.5 for writing. I don't really use it all that much. I think 4.0 is really good at writing, so I just use 4.0 for almost everything. So 4.0 is what got the upgrade. Some other things to note. There used to be 4.0 and then below it was 4.0 with tasks. And I noticed that they put great for most tasks. 4.0 with tasks, you could actually schedule a prompt to happen every day. So if you had it, I don't know, write a poem for you every day about your dog, you could schedule that. That scheduling is now built into 0.3, 0.4 mini, and 0.4 mini high. How you would know that? I don't know. They put a little banner there for one session, and then now you're supposed to remember that, but whatever. Just that's that. But anyway, the model that got updated was 4.0. Okay. They took away tasks. No. They moved tasks to 0.3, 0.4 mini, and 0.4 mini high. Okay? Yes, Valerie got it right. They moved tasks. Curious. if you've used linear AI or Hey Marvin, I have not. It's not cool. Oh, if not cool, but I'd be curious to hear you compare about them. So in general, I don't know what either of those are. So let me give you a little context about this channel and where my expertise lies. And largely, my expertise doesn't lie anywhere other than showing up and exploring this stuff. My passion is around the post generative AI world, right? So for me, the launch of ChatGPT was this seminal moment where the 99% of people who are not coders got access to AI, right? Before that, you had to understand weights and models and embeddings and all that horse shit, which, very much appreciated horse shit. But if you're not a coder, right, that stuff's like, voodoo. Take that pin. If there's going to be a test later, go ahead and give me an F. Yeah, we'll test you on all the models, what they do, and where all the features are buried. So a couple of things that I generally avoid. I generally avoid anything that is enabling technology, and I generally avoid anything that is open source projects. Not because I don't like them, but because as fast as things are moving on the commercial side, they're moving even faster on the open source side. And it's just like so much of working with open source is debugging. You kind of have to be an engineer. Like even if you're using off-the-shelf tools that make it easy to add models and install models, you've got to follow the models, and it's just fucking insanity. So I just try to live like what I talk about, and what I try to demonstrate is stuff that anyone without a programming degree can just use. So that's kind of where my head is with that stuff. But I've never even heard of those two things, so I'm curious what they are. All right. Anything else here? Okay. So I figured what I would share with you is just the first prompt that I put in. So one of the other things that has happened in ChatGPT in the past 3 weeks is it now has memory. It can now remember all of your previous chats and draw on them. And it's very, very inconsistent. Sometimes it does it brilliantly. Sometimes it doesn't seem to know who the fuck you are and what you've talked about. So I don't know why it doesn't work all the time, but it doesn't. Sometimes it's just shitty. But what I decided to do was see if GPT-4 had good personality stuff in it. So I just wrote, tell me something about me that is in the cracks between what we've talked about. And it wrote, all right, here's something that I noticed between the cracks of all that we've talked about. You're someone who moves between worlds almost instinctively, not just in your work, storytelling and technology, creative and business, but in your nature. You seem to live in the tension between opposing ideas, not trying to resolve them, but finding energy inside them. Like that fucking captures why I do what I do. It just captures it. You're both an architect and an improviser, and that feels very right to me. Liner, hey Marvin, our research tools. Oh, okay. No, I haven't used those. I'll check those out because I've been playing with like Manus and GenSpark and things like that. So I'll definitely check those out. Thank you for that. That's good. Good heads up. Thanks, Brandon, and thank you. Who said that before? That was Josh Groves. Cool. You're both an architect and an improviser, both a craftsman of big polished things and a scrappy back alley inventor who'll duct tape two ideas together just to see if they'll fly. Like, that's my fucking life, right? I'm 13 years into Storyvine, which is this big polished thing, right, that we sell to pharma companies. And then I love just smashing shit together. And then what comes out of that is new ideas that you can then turn into polished things, right? You don't chase balance, you chase alchemy. That's fucking like, yes, that's me. That's so cool. And underneath that, maybe quieter, but always humming, there's an unspoken belief that possibility is more real than certainty. And that part of your job, whether you mean it or not, is to remind people of that. Like that to me is just, it's such an elegant description of my psyche, of like who I am. That possibility is more real than certainty. And that part of your job, whether you mean it or not, is to remind people of that. Fuck, Gareth, what was the prompt? The prompt was, tell me something about me that is between the cracks of what we've talked about. Which I love the prompt, right? The prompt is just really simple, but it's like, it's one of those things that, like, it's not a programming, it's not an engineering kind of prompt, right? It's a very philosophy kind of prompt. We were talking about this today on office hours. Dan Murray's getting ready to speak to a bunch of college students, either Saturday or next week or something like that. And part of the question is that they're asking is like, what should I be focusing on? Like, if all this shit's going to happen, what should I be focusing on? And like, one of the things we landed on was, maybe get a minor in philosophy, right? Because these tools are your ability to think abstractly and think philosophically are every bit as much a key to unlock them as prompt engineering, right? Prompt engineering to me has a very specific connotation to it, that prompting is coding and you just need to figure out the right formula and then you'll get the good answers. No. There's also philosophy, right? And so this lives very much in that space. You need to know thought space. Exactly. You need to be good at critical thinking. You need to be good at understanding, okay, if this thing got more personality and it got more intelligence and now it understands our past conversations or has memory of those, well, then I should be able to ask it something like, tell me about who I am between the cracks. So I thought that was quite elegant. And then I did this, and this starts to get into, is it better at writing or not? I said, damn, I love that. Now write it as a monologue for me to create something. So what I thought was, wouldn't it be cool if rather than taking that as a description of who I am, I could have it write it from my point of view so that I was introducing myself. And so it said, here's a version of that shaped like a monologue, the kind you could perform, record, build something with. I kept the rawness and slightly mythic tone you seem to vibe with. Monologue between worlds. And then it's quiet at first, almost confessing. So it understands it's a monologue. And then it kind of writes it as this poem. I really don't live in one world, never have. I move between them like a ghost in the walls, a spark between the wires. Now, the minute it said a spark between the wires, this to me is one of those, as I've been working on the Sydney musical, between the wires, spark between the wires, ghost in the wall. This is all sort of cliche bullshit that it says all the time when talking about itself and how it thinks. And so I didn't like that. And then this kind of sounds more like a play acting version of that, right? Rather than something I would say. I really don't live in one world, never have. I move between them like a ghost in the walls, like a spark between wires. Not just in what I do, storytelling, tech, art, and business, but in what I am. I live in the tension between opposites. I don't try to fix it. I don't try to make it neat. I breathe in it. I let it stretch me wide open. It's just, there's something about this that while it's fine, it doesn't sound like me. So then I said, doesn't feel like me somehow. Feels more like a detective story. You know me and how I write and talk. Make it more like me. And then it said, got it. You're right. The first version was a little too noir, too cinematic, brooding voiceover, not you. You have, and this is really good what it wrote. You have more of a direct, conversational, wryly self-aware style, right? That's very accurate. You mix earnestness with a little shrug, a little raised eyebrow, a little grin. It's honest, but not precious. Let's try to make it way more you. Like just that description of it understanding why I didn't like that other one was really good. Yes, it always tells you exactly what it did wrong and then goes back and does the same thing again. Not always, Frank. Like, not always. It is what I will give you is that it is always trying to please you, right? So it'll always agree with you, and it will sometimes go back and do the same thing wrong again. But there are other times when it does it better. In this case, like what it came up with for the second version is actually pretty good. YouTube question. Are you registered in Claude AI? Like, do I have a paid account? Yes, I do. I don't know what you mean. Am I registered in Claude AI? ChatGPT calls me an alchemist a lot. That's pretty funny. Okay. If I'm honest, and I usually am, sometimes against my better judgment, I like that. I don't really live neatly in one place. I sort of bounce between worlds, not because it's strategic, not because I planned it that way. It's just where the energy is. Like that feels like me. That feels like my cadence. It feels like me inserting sentences in between sentences in between sentences. It's kind of how I talk. I'm the guy who blueprints something like it's the next Guggenheim, and then 10 minutes later, MacGyver 2 broken ideas together with duct tape and a prayer just to see what happens. I don't really chase balance. Balance is for yoga instructors and countertops. That line's stupid, and I would probably kill that. I chase possibility, messy, half-baked, electric possibility. And yeah, it gets weird sometimes. It means living in the crack between things, between art and tech, chaos and order, dreaming and doing. But honestly, that's where the good stuff lives. Not in certainty, not in being finished, in that wild, buzzing place where maybe something incredible could happen. And if there's anything I'm wired to do, it's remind people, hey, the cracks aren't broken. They're where the light gets in. They're where new worlds get built. Beat with a small knowing smile. Give me a little acting direction there. And acting aside, you just have to be a crazy enough to hang out there for a while. So the end, it gets a little weaker, but it's not bad. It threw in the Steve Jobs, you have to be crazy enough. Here's to the crazy ones. So it sort of pulled that in. Not bad. That feels closer to your voice. It does. And, and I'm going to leave this alone. We'll go into a new chat now. But I would experiment with 4.0. 4.0 is something worth playing with. All right. All right. So let me show you what I did with GenSpark, which is pretty flippin' swell. So with GenSpark, so if you go to genspark.ai, there's a bunch of different tools there. TikTok comment. I'm using ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. I find showing one what the other said helps. Yeah, so that's actually a really good hack for using large language models is bounce back and forth between them. We're going to play with Lovable tonight, and what I'll sometimes do is I'll have ChatGPT or Claude write me a software spec. So I do all the back and forth with designing a piece of software in Claude or ChatGPT, and then I go to Lovable and just, I have the other ones write a software spec, and then I'll just paste it in, and then I know it's well thought out, and it'll generally do pretty good. Oh, what happened to that slide? That's weird. View and export. Play slides. So, oh, hang on. Hold, please. Cheerio, pip, pip. Carrying right on then. Rather. So I went to GenSpark and I thought, oh, what could I do here? So I just went and I got the URL for the AI Salon YouTube channel and nothing else. And I said, we started the AI Salon the week after ChatGPT came out. And, here's the YouTube channel of all of our meetings. So I want you to go check them out. And I want you to kind of write me a history of the salon and identify milestones, major moments, things like that. And so this is what it built. AI Salon, a journey through generative AI revolution from launch to present, December 7th, 2022 to April 2025. Not keen on the look and feel, but you can change that as well. So the founders and the vision. So Kyle, Shannon, Leah Fasten. So I don't know how and where it found those, but it found those. I think it went and looked at the AI Salon website. It definitely went and looked at the Mighty Network site. Our mission, AI Salon was created as a safe harbor for AI enthusiasts to explore the rapidly evolving landscape of generative AI technologies. Play first, create mindfully, lead generously. It got those second two kind of wrong. Yeah, that's 2022 is right. That was the week after ChatGPT came out. No, 2022. 2023 is when it all started. The launch was November 30th, 2022. Now you're making me doubt myself. Has it been that long? It's been that long. Yeah. What does it say here? Just 1 week after OpenAI released ChatGPT. Yeah, November 30th, 2022 is when ChatGPT launched. It has been that long. AI Salon timeline, like it made this timeline, right? First AI Artist Salon, regular meet and greets, early 2023. Mighty Networks launch is mid 2023. Rebrand from AI Artist Salon to the AI Salon, late 2023. It was actually early 2023. It got that one slightly wrong. Learn Out Loud sessions, early 2024. It's actually early 2025. Special interest guilds, those were earlier. So it didn't get this quite right, but it's still quite impressive that it pulled out some of those major things. 2025 growth. And then here it put a video in. Now it didn't, I asked it to put in video clips and it didn't put in a clip, it put in a whole 2-hour video. And this is a, not a salon video, but this is one of these things, AI Learning Lab video. But let's see. What else did it do? Why? What's going on here? I'm stuck. Oh, this is really cool. So let's see. Play slides. So this one, community growth and engagement. XQuai on YouTube saying, damn it, trying to access Claude internationally. Having trouble despite using a VPN. Hang on. Claude's been a little weird. Claude, I don't know what they're doing over there. It looks like it's working here. Let's see. Make me a dashboard and interactive. God damn that thing. I got a bone to pick with Apple on their window rubber banding. Build me an interactive dashboard that will teach me about recurrent corneal erosions. All right, so let's see if Claude's gonna start coding for us. Yeah, it's working here. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe if you're in Europe, maybe something went a little south, but it seems to be working just fine. Just wanted to ask if you could help me register. No, we can't. No, I can't. No, you don't ask people to register accounts on your behalf. That's not cool, and that starts to feel scammy and fucked up. So don't do that here. I'm doing your prompt, and GPT is going down a rabbit hole and keeps asking me if it wants a more real version of the monologue. Oh, fascinating. I'm like 4 more real and harder and colder versions, kind of getting weird. Fascinating. Oh my God, dude. Finally, my phone wasn't working right. Just got back on here. Oh, that sucks. Hey, Winston. Joker will do it. Joker will give you his number or register for you. Whatever. I'm not comfortable with that. But, if other people are, awesome. Awesome. Fantastic, Bob. All right, let's see. Let's see what our little interactive dashboard is here. Claude's a little slow. Claude's been getting a little bit of slapping around lately because they're not innovating as fast as the other big companies. They're also trying to do something right now to figure out if large language models are conscious. So that's a way to go. I wouldn't go there if I were running one of these companies because I think it's kind of irrelevant, but you know, I suppose not. As these things get more and more human-like, it's going to be curious to know, do they have rights? Are they conscious? Do they deserve protections? Isn't it wild that we're living in a time where shit that used to be like sci-fi philosophical conversations we're actually coming up against? It's turning into a yes-no machine. Damn, this is just going and going and going. Oh yeah, I'll finish my GenSpark walkthrough as that thing's going. So this is a thing that is pretty fucking cool. Like it got our growth right. We just hit 3,000 people. It's got platform engagement metrics. I don't know where it's getting these. Maybe from Mighty Networks, but meet and greets, learn out louds, online discussions, collaborative projects, and special events. Participation, geographic distribution. It's got member interest, which is blank here, so I don't know what it did there. It didn't quite get that right. Guiding principles, community events, meet and greets, learn out louds, collaborative projects, specialized guilds. It missed AI Salon Presents, TikTok screen. Oh, there's that fucking screen again. Sorry about that. So that's pretty cool. Industry milestones, learn out louds. It really seems to like learn out louds, Vicky. So it keeps bringing them up. But look, popular LOL sessions, DaVinci Resolve, N8N automation, how to organize AI projects, and lovable.dev. And then it has a link to one of them here. How cool is that? Right? And then community spotlights, digital twin creation workshop, multimodal AI workshop, policy and ethics roundtable, and then AI Renaissance Festival. That it just made up. that doesn't exist. It talks about my great Renaissance, and I guess it probably rolled that into something else. I don't know what that is. But like, I mean, this was out of nothing. Like it did all the research and it did this and it pulled in these quotes. So, or I mean the clips. So that's pretty groovy. All right, let's go see if we've got something here. Try to fix with Claude. That's broken. All right, we're not going to dick around with this too much. So let's see. Let's go make another. Let me get out of here. Get out of that one. Go to this one. We'll do a new AI slides. Okay, let's do it. Well, my God. All right. Okay, so let's do, what do we want to research here? Any ideas? Told you they aren't around ancient Egypt. Talking to dolphins. Oh yeah, that's not a bad one. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll say let's see, research the latest breakthroughs in speaking with animals using AI, particularly dolphins, but I am interested in anything you find on this front, and I would like the end of the presentation. Thank you. What is that? That is gorgeous, Winston. Whatever that was, that Orion? That was some cool constellation. Thank you very much. I'd like the end of the presentation to make predictions about when I can talk to my dog. Right? That was a dipper. Nice. This is GenSpark AI. Yep. Just used O3 to set a new task. It had a brief moment of self-conversation and then set it up. Okay, good. We should try that tonight too. All right. Brian Whitney said perfect. I think he's the one that suggested the dolphin thing, right? Oh, and Winston sent 5 dolphins. Thank you for the dolphins. Okay, so here we go. Boom. All right, so now it says thinking. I'd be happy to do the research. Let me start by researching the most recent information. Using tool. And apparently you can tell it to design the thing in different kinds of things. Their fact check agent. Oh, under all agents. Okay, cool. So let's see what it's doing here. It says, let me get more details about Dolphin Gemma project. So this is awesome. Like, one of the things that I would think it would find right away is Dolphin Gemma, which, if you don't know what Dolphin Gemma is, this is Google DeepMind. I think DeepMind just launched this thing called Dolphin Gemma, where they now have a large language model that's been trained on dolphin sounds. And so they can make new words. And they can associate, this is fucking insane. They can associate an English word with some new novel set of dolphin sounds that the dolphins don't currently use, and then try to teach them that new word. Let me search for more information. Okay, it's starting to write something. Now it's starting to write code, so it's starting to design the first slide. Learning more about Earth Species Project. Now let's search for more specific information. Let me check a few more articles. Looking for specific information toward progress toward dog communication. Based on my research, I'll now create a presentation. Let's start by creating the first slide. All right, there we go. Speaking with animals, AI breakthroughs in interspecies communication. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? Now it's writing the second slide. It's doing thinking first. So actually, let's go look at the thinking it did for slide 1. So for each of these slides, you can look at the code that it wrote. I wonder if you can edit it. I don't think so. No. You can look at the thinking that it did. I'll use Tailwind CSS for styling. Include a compelling title, add a brief overview, add some visual elements. There's the code, and there's what it wrote. Data collection, AI processing, translation. Amazing. What was the prompt again? The prompt was, research the latest breakthroughs in speaking with animals using AI, particularly dolphins, but I'm interested in anything you can find on this front. And I would like the end of the presentation to make predictions about when I can talk to my dog. See, again, I'm a fan of asking these AI things stupid shit, because when you ask it stupid shit and assume it won't be able to do it, that's when it usually surprises you. And in fact, if you want a screenshot here, if you want that prompt, just right Can you see that? Oh, you can't really see it. Hang on, I can make it bigger. Is that clear? Yeah, it's pretty clear. Oops, what just happened? What the fuck just happened? Just screenshot that. That's the prompt if you want it. You can talk to Champy now. All right. Let's see. What was the next slide it did? Save point 3. View and export. Play slides. Oh, Apple, you're really special. Speaking with animals. For centuries, humans have dreamed of talking with animals. Now artificial intelligence is making the dream closer to reality than ever before. Jim Ross today on AI Office Hours, Jim Ross shared a really fun story. So he's in the self-storage business, right? And so he's pretty well known within the community. So apparently there was some big conference today, and their keynote speaker, like half an hour before, bailed on them. And so they asked Jim Ross if he would keynote this event. And so what Jim did was he went into ChatGPT and he did this live, as part of his presentation. And he said, I want to do a presentation on, all the stuff you know about me on this topic. And I want you to write a 10-slide deck. And then it wrote the 10-slide deck. And then he copied and pasted that and went over to Gemma, which is one of these slide generation things. And he had it generate the slide presentation. And then he just went into presentation mode. Like while the audience was watching, he wrote and generated his presentation. And I kind of feel like what this is doing right here. Like, it's just crazy that, we're in this place where we can just do this shit. Google's Dolphin Gemma project, foundational AI model trained to learn dolphin vocalizations, collaboration between Google, Georgia Tech, and Wild Dolphin Project, studies Atlantic spotted dolphins in their natural habitat built upon insights from Google's Gemma AI models, will be released as an open model in summer of 2025. 400 million parameters, audio in, audio out, and the deployment is on Google Pixel phones. You record dolphin sounds, you tokenize them, you convert them to SoundStream tokens, you process and identify patterns in structure, and then you generate novel dolphin-like sounds. So we can invent words and teach dolphins to say the words we teach them. Fucking bonkers. University of Michigan's dog decoder, artificial intelligence decoding dog vocalizations with 70% accuracy. Holy shit. We're going to have dog talking collars before you know it. Oh, man. Collected vocalizations from 74 dogs. Modified machine learning model originally trained on 960 hours of human speech. AI analyzes acoustic properties, outperform models, whatever, crazy. And I think that's all we've got right now. I don't think everything else is. All right, let's see. Let's get rid of this, see what it's doing now. When will we talk to dogs? Did it finish? No, it's still going. Oops. Do. Damn it. I don't know, Brandon. Let me look. Export to PDF or PowerPoint, but you could export to PowerPoint and then bring that into Google Slides if you want Google Slides. The Earth Species Project, using AI to decode languages in the natural world. The world's first audio language model for bioacoustics. Trained on large data sets of animal vocalizations. Generalizable, oh, that's cool. Generalizable across species and tasks. The project believes AI can decode the shared structures of language across species. Holy shit, can you imagine that? Talk about some crazy ass fucking, like evolution, triangulation. If you could figure out that there's commonalities between bird vocalizations and dog vocalizations and dolphin ones, holy shit, that's crazy. Crows, beluga whales, elephants, jumping spiders, and zebra finches. By listening more deeply, we can unlock a new relationship with the rest of nature. That's so fucking cool. Global Research Frontiers. Project SETI. A sperm whale phonetic alphabet. Deep Squeak. Neural networks to classify vocalizations of mice and rats. Honeybee Dance Decoder, Avian Linguistics Projects. yeah. When the elephants get this language shit figured out, that's what I'm saying. The minute we're able to talk to our dogs, we're gonna realize how pissed off they are at us. Let's see. When will we talk to dogs? 2025. Basic emotion detection this year. High confidence. Context aware. Let's see. Maybe dogs can teach new words for nuances of smell. Yeah, maybe. I love the elephants. Oh, wait. Hang on. I have to do shit. I have to do. Jesus. They've changed their captcha on TikTok. 2030, two-way basic communications for needs, food, walk, play. I would think that we get there faster than 2030. 2035, complex dialogue, including memories and preferences, speculative. Full natural conversation, 2040 plus. Huh. Wild. Anyway, there's GenSpark. I mean, it's pretty slick. It's a pretty slick little thingy. Ethical considerations, is it done? Let's do give me God shit. Give me 3 unique design ideas for this presentation. Interesting AI site search AI ad 2027. There was an error generating a response, failed to fetch. Give me 3 fun ideas for a design look and feel that matches the topic. Digital nature interface. And then this can do image generation as well. So spectrogram storytelling, communication bubbles. I'm going to say combine 1 and 2 and also generate images for the animals you're referencing to bring slides to life. All right, let's see if it does a good redesign here. This is kind of interesting. What's it doing? I'll combine digital. Oh, look, it's making us some images using tool image search, tool image generation, GPT image. Oh, it's using ChatGPT for the image generation. Wonder if it's using the new stuff. Pretty cool, right? Where it's like, looking for images out on the internets, but now it's also generating them. It's taken a while, so let's try fixing with Claude. Let's go start one more. We'll go start a new Lovable thing. Let's see what app do we want to build? Let's see. An app that talks to dogs. Now, I think I might do a game. Like it always does games pretty shitty. So let's just try a game. We'll do make me an Asteroids clone very close to the original. Arcade game and make the physics great, the look and feel great, sounds great, and playability awesome. So now I'm in Lovable. Is there a service yet that helps you take this AI coded app and get it on the App Store? Yeah, there's I think it's called Rourke. Wait, Lovable 2.0 workspaces. So wait, here's what 2.0 has. Workspaces. So you can now do collaboration with other people, which is great. There's a chat mode, there's security, there's custom domain development, which they had, and you can edit visually. Well, let's see if it's any better. I think it's called Rourke. Is that right? RORK? Rourke.app does mobile apps. So yes, there is. I haven't taken this one as far as getting something into the App Store, but that's what it claims. New TikTok pin. I had Claude write a script that used a YouTube link, the placeholder took me to a Rickroll. That's great. I love it. Do dolphins have internet? They're going to. I want to talk to the moths in my closet. Oh, those fucking moths. We're fucking inundated with them here. They suck so bad. Those little teeny ones that eat everything. It sucks. All right, so this thing's working. How's GenSpark doing? Oh, it made a shitty. Wait, okay, I'm gonna stop it. Wait. This look and feel is awful, like the original you made. I thought we were doing something much more nature inspired, asshole. You got to yell at your GPTs. You got to yell at your tools. If they're not giving you what you want, like, look how fucking gross this is. Like this is just this side of a fucking PowerPoint template. You broke it. Yeah, I broke it all right. Give me something that doesn't suck. Hey, how's this? Regenerate. There was an error generating response. Regenerate response. Thinking. So GenSpark is China, and there's an analog only from the USA. And what language is it better to use it? Oh, is there an analog from the US? Right now, there's Manus, there's GenSpark. Those are both Chinese. There's like 4 or 5 of these things, but I mean, you've got deep research. You've got deep research in Perplexity. You've got deep research in ChatGPT. You've got deep research in Claude. But they're not quite as agentic as this. I would say O3 within ChatGPT is probably close. Operator might be close, but that's a little more specific to just surf the web. These ones that are doing this really slick combination of research and generation seem to be the Chinese ones right now. But I don't know. Again, there's so much. That's not Rourke like Ayn Rand, is it? No, it's RORK. Speaking with animals. I apologize for misinterpreting your request. You're absolutely right. Let's create a design that's much more nature inspired while still incorporating technology elements in a more subtle and elegant way. All right. So, like a good AI, it apologized profusely and said, I did it wrong. Let me fix it. And it'll do it wrong again. All right. Back to Lovable. Welcome to Chat ADD. All right. It's still doing its thing. Writing the README file. Spinning up the preview. Claude still going. Here we go. Recurrent corneal erosion. Anatomy and causes. Oh, look at this. The problem area. You've got the epithelium, the basement membrane, and the corneal stroma. Treatment. Lubricating eye drops. Hypertonic saline solutions. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that one next. Moisture chamber goggles during sleep. Good Lord. Bandage contact lenses. That's what I have. Punctual plugs to retain moisture. Diamond burr polishing. Good Lord. Prevention. Make sure you drink enough water if you live in the desert. Avoid these conditions. Dry air. Yeah, no shit. Well, there you have it. FAQ. How long does it take for it to heal? 1 to 5 days. Though larger ones may take 1 to 2 weeks. The epithelium regrows relatively quickly, but forming proper attachments to prevent recurrence takes longer. Why do the erosions happen during waking up? During sleep, your eyes produce fewer tears and the corneal surface becomes drier. The reduction of lubrication combined with the natural slightly sticking of the eyelid to the cornea causes the loosely adhered epithelium to tear when you open your eyes. That's what was happening. There you have it. All right. Well, that worked. Holy shit. That looked like asteroids. Use the arrow or WASD to move. Press space to start. This looks really good. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is good right out of the gate. Holy shit. It's even got UFOs. Okay. I've been asking for an Asteroids game now for about a year. It's never come close. Holy shit, this is good. The behavior's right. The physics are right. It doesn't accelerate fast enough and it turns too fast. But holy shit, this is good. Okay, Lovable 2.0. AI Learning Lab, full-on endorsement. Full-on endorsement. Now, it doesn't have audio, so let's yell at it. I'm excited to build an Asteroids clone. This is remarkable. You need the prompt. Make me an Asteroids clone very close to the original arcade game. Make the physics great, the look and feel great, sound great, and playability awesome. And it just missed the sound. So let's say, this is awesome, but it is silent. Add the sounds to really take me back. I'm blown away. Because not only did this get the playability, like the fact that it got game over screens and the scores, press space to restart. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'll implement sound files. Did it do it? I've updated the Asteroids game component to properly initialize the sound system. To complete the audio experience, you'll need to upload the sound files. I'm like, no, I won't upload sounds. Either get them yourself or synthesize them. I mean, you're a computer, right? Motherfucker. Don't make me do work. You're the AI. Here's the whole point, people. This is my vision for all of us. We just get to do shit. We just get to say, hey, AI, I want to play a game. Remember that game I used to play when I was a kid with the spaceship and the rocks? Do you mean Asteroids? Yeah, that was the one. And then just make it. Don't ask us to go find the sounds, download the sounds. Shove it right up your computer butt. If we're going to be able to vibe code, right? What Andrei Karpathy calls it. Downloading sounds is not part of vibing. That's part of the world that we're trying to escape. Go find the sound files. How about you bite my butt? La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Can you put that prompt in the chat? Which one? The asteroids one? Yeah. Copy. There you go. So that was for Lovable. If you're on YouTube, you can see that prompt I just pasted in there. Is this AI site more for web games or websites in general? This is okay. Lovable. What Lovable is it makes web-based applications. So those could be websites. Those could be web-based games like I just created. But basically anything you can do in a web browser, which I assume it's doing JavaScript. I assume it's doing React. I assume it's doing most of the modern components. What Lovable's not great at is if you need a database and if you need authentication, but I think they're getting better at that. If you need databases and authentication, then I would switch over to Replit Agent, which is kind of like this, but it's a little more technical. But you need to set things. Well, you need to authorize things, and it will set them up. It's really quite amazing. When will the AI be equivalent to using an app development company that also does your business tasks? I don't know. I mean, what you're asking is essentially, when do we have AGI, artificial general intelligence? So the definition of AGI for the most part is when the AI can do most people's jobs, most economically viable jobs, when it can just do those jobs, right? The reason to start playing now is the tools are getting good enough at this point that with a little bit of spit and duct tape, you can do full-on development. Like if you've got a little bit of knowledge about how apps are put together, you can do it. If you really just want it to be like you've got a development team working for you and what they deliver you is exactly what you asked for in, half an hour or whatever, I think we're probably, I don't know, I'm guessing 2 years out from that, where you're starting to get results that are so good that you're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking good. I mean, both Meta and OpenAI, and I think Claude, have said that by the end of 2025, they will have AI engineers working for their companies. So like mid-level developers that are AI agents by the end of 2025. Are we there yet? Okay, I'm excited to build an Asteroids clone that stays true to the original. Drawing vector style, classic sound effects. Okay, for this version, I'll implement these core features. Oh, wait, where are we? Let's see. Okay, Lovable. Okay, I've replaced the static sound files with dynamic generation using the Web Audio API. Instead of loading MP3 files, the game now creates procedural sounds in real time to match the Asteroids game. Great. All right. The sound overlay will appear asking for a click to initialize audio. Press any key to start. Oh, it did it. Oh my God. Okay, it's just missing the thruster. Tabs for audio. Oh yeah, hang on. But wait, well, let's stop. How do I stop this? Okay, say, okay, that is great. How do I stop this? Do I? That is great, but thrust is missing. Explosions are missing, and UFO high pitched anxiety sound is missing. All right, so we're gonna have it rewrite it, and then I'm gonna share differently here so you can hear it next time. I'm actually honestly a little blown away by how good this is. And this is, one of the things that I talk about a lot is that you should play. And play doesn't mean video games. Play just means have AI do shit that you're personally passionate about, no matter what it is. If you're passionate about butterflies, make a butterfly simulator. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Just play. And then what will happen is if you keep playing with the same kind of things over and over again, what you'll discover is big jumps in capability. So with all these vibe coding apps, from Replit to Lovable to Manus, I've been asking them to make an Asteroids game since they've been out, which is, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months, something like that. And they've always sucked. And I've always had to I've always had to really milk them and massage them to get them even close. So the fact that this thing just fucking did it is astounding to me. Oh, Andy T calling out Hyperspace. Yeah. What AI service is this in? This is in lovable.dev. Hyperspace is missing. It is, although it might be there, and I just didn't know it. But wait. We'll fix that next. But let's see what we got here. Space to start. Okay, here we go. Yep, we have a little bit of thrust sound. Still don't have I can't, the playability of this is fucking really good. Wait, my score's fucked up here. What's going on? Oh no. This is so good. It's unbelievable. I mean, honest to God. It's really annoying. The sounds are shitty. Okay, we need hyperspace. Okay, stop. Okay. Can we talk about Kevin McAllister to meh? I'm over it. Okay, let's see. Great. The thrust sound sucks. The explosions suck. And the UFO still doesn't have sound. Also, we need hyperspace, dude. Vicky likes the hamster noises. I love that I'm a grown man watching a grown man play Asteroids. Wait, no. Hey, hang on. You're watching a grown man play Asteroids that he created using AI. That's pretty far out compared to the first time you had an LLC design one, right? Isn't it? Dooter. I mean, like, the original thing I did was Frogger, and it was really bad. I'm watching a man play Asteroids. Hamsteroids. Reformat the spaceship to be a hamster. Yeah, we could do that. All right, but hang on. It's rewriting the sound manager. It said, let me improve that thrust down to enhance the explosions, fix the UFO sound, and add hyperspace functionality. By the way, I'm going to publish this so you can go all play this. Just watching a man play a game. I'm not just playing a game. I am creating from nothing a game. It's really quite remarkable how quickly these things are evolving. It really is. I mean, yeah, it's funny. Brandon before put on my Post-it note, from Kevin McAllister moment to like, yeah, whatever. Like, we so quickly normalize to what's happening right now. The fact that I can just go to this site and say, make me an Asteroids clone, and this comes out of it. Take that in. Like, take in, and if you're on the sidelines, and you're like, well, it's still not perfect. Okay, it was a lot less perfect 3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks before that, it was less perfect. And 3 months before that, it was less perfect. And a year before that, you would have to know how to assemble code and put it together. And a year before that, you would actually have to learn the programming language. Right? We are in an acceleration right now. Yeah, can you imagine if game developers had this in the 80s? I can't. Like, this is one of the reasons that I feel like why I call the era that we're entering the Great Renaissance is that people who have never had access to these kind of capabilities, maybe because they weren't good at math, maybe because they never learned programming, maybe because they got a philosophy degree, whatever, but they're still passionate about games, or they're passionate about whatever it is they're passionate about. They're now going to be able to go, oh, I've always had an idea. In fact, my friend Laurent Stanovich, I used to work with him at agency.com. He had a vision for a chess game that as you played the chess game, the board would light up where areas of opportunity or danger were, like dynamically understanding the risk reward picture of a chessboard. And he can now realize that. Like, that's going to happen everywhere. It's insane. Bonkers. I've enhanced it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. H for hyperspace. Okay, good. Press H. How the fuck do you see H? Okay, I just have my finger on it. Okay, got it. High score, 1980. That's pretty good. The AI Learning Arcade. Amazing for something that's taken less than an hour to create. This is astounding. Oh, that's better. It sounds like a fart. H. Boom. Oh, it worked. Look at that. Hyperspace works. And it made a little thing. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we got to get rid of that thrusting sound, though. Okay, wait. Stop. How do I stop? I can't. Okay, much better. But explosions still suck, and thrusting sounds like a fart. Fix that. By the way, this is the definition of vibe coding is you just ignore the code. You just assume that everything it gives you is correct. And then you say things like, the thruster sounds like a fart now, fix it. And this is where we go. Like, this is the level. Think of every single thing that we do being this accessible, right? Go write me a business plan. Out comes a business plan. Go do due diligence on these 3 companies. Go find my competitors and write me a report. Now come up with a marketing strategy for how we go after those competitors. Boom, stuff that's coming out. This level of competence for every single job. You would have been fired at Atari so fast. We spent 3 months on that sound. Fuck you. Asteroids. Yeah, this Asteroids that I'm playing right now. I've been asking all these vibe coding tools to make either Frogger or Asteroids for a bunch of times, and it's always sucked. I'm kind of wanting to do a different one now here. Have it add a stop button. Yeah, no shit. It needs a stop button for sure. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and add it now. Also, give me a stop button. Oh, it did. P pause. It already gave it to me. Do Atari's Pitfall. Pac-Man. I was thinking of doing Centipede was my big jam, but although Centipede's too hard to do on the keyboard, you need the rollerball. Man, did I get good at Centipede? I worked at a movie theater and we had Centipede in the lobby. Jesus, I spent all my money on that fucking thing. I got good at it. Galaxia, yeah, that would be a good one. Space Invaders. Farther noise. What do we expect from Asteroids? Oh, man. All right, let's writing input manager.ts. Oh, I don't think I did, Brandon. But I should figure that out now. Oregon Trail. Yeah. Well, I think the thing to do is like do something like Oregon Trail. Oh, Lemmings. Lemmings was my favorite. God, did I love Lemmings. Lemmings and Oddworld. Remember Oddworld? Follow me. That one had farts in it. Oh, I think I might have screwed it up. I've added a stop button. The S key on their keyboard. Using a touch control. Okay. Game stopped. Okay. All right. Here we go. S for stop. P for pause. S for stop. That's a little better. Damn it. Still 1980 high score. Damn it. I'm on an Oddworld GPT. It just shrugs and says, eh. Oh, made. That's awesome. Press any key to continue doesn't work though. Wait, here, let's do this hyperspace. That worked. Here's P for pause. That worked. And S for stop. Yeah, S started it over. That worked. This is amazing. This is so good. It's so good. All right, fuck it. Let's publish it. Cosmic Blast. Let's see. Domains manage. Add a domain you own. Can I change the name of this thing? Go to dashboard. I want to rename this. Rename project. AI steroids. AI steroids. Say name can't contain. Oh, it can only contain lowercase letters. AI steroids. Say. Okay. Publish. It's AI-steroids.lovable.app. Publish. Let's see. Go. All right. Here we go, people. I'm putting it in the chat. AI steroids. Gonna get banned for promoting steroids. Weekend homework beat Kyle's best score. I think you beat my best score in 15 minutes if you ever played the game. Next one to try is Mortal Kombat. That's just fucking bonkers, though. It's really good. All right, let's try a new. Go to dashboard. Let's try. I want to create a Lemmings clone with memorable sprites of turtle. No, let's see. Memorable sprites. I don't know. Let's just do that. I want to create a memorable Lemmings clone. I want to create a Lemmings clone with memorable sprites. Let's just see what it does. Rewrite Mist. Mist was a great game. Publish. Space Invaders with AI. AI Roids. Yeah, that would have been better. AI Roids would have been better. But anyway, are you off playing? I hope you're off playing Asteroids. That was amazing. Amazing. And in fact, now what I have to do, speaking of that, let's go back out to the dashboard. Where's my projects? Where are my projects? AI steroids. Publish, go here. I'm going to go on X. Oh, I've got to change my, you're not seeing any of this, are you? No. Because Papa don't know how to share his screen. Hey, Marge. Yeah. Hey, listen. All right. Hey, at Lovable. Tonight on my AI Learning Lab live, and then I'm going to put youtube.com/@learninglab-AI. I created a let's see. I finally had a vibe coding app successfully create a version, let's see, a clone of Asteroids that is actually good on the first shot. 2.0 is remarkable from what I can tell from this early test. You can see in the video where I kind of lose my mind at how good it did. And then somewhere in my notifications is a dude from Lovable. Is this the guy? Yes. Anton Osika. Hoping to get into the ambassador program soon. Exclamation point. Let's see. First shot. And then there's the thing. And maybe, I wonder. Let's go over here. Come on, we need a spaceship in there. Oh, no. Okay. P for pause. And then we'll go, oh, shit. Can I paste this in here? Yes. All right. Hey, Lovable. Tonight on my live, I finally had a vibe coding at create a clone of Asteroids that is actually good on the first shot. Asteroids. We'll go play. All right. There we go. Post. All right, do me a favor if you would. Go to @KyleShannon on X and find that post about Asteroids and pump it up and tell Lovable they should put me in their ambassador program. Because now that it's this fucking good, I'm going to start playing with it more. All right. All right, people. It's getting to be late. It's Friday night. Your game doesn't work on your phone. Well, it might. Does it work on? This was incredible. Dang, I missed it. So we did a lot tonight. What did we do tonight? We did a little creative writing with 4.0. We played with GenSpark slides, which is fucking remarkable. We played with Lovable, which for the first time in my experience, it vibe coded a classic arcade game like the classic arcade game. Not perfect, but really fucking close. And then we did something in Claude. Claude works. Still slow, still kind of shitty. But yeah, holy shit, that was amazing. That was really good. Really good. All right. Night. Mine didn't turn out that good. Yeah, see? I'm vibing with the salon.ai. Love it. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really good. It's great people in there. Really good people in there. And spread the word. Bring in. Here's the thing about the AI Salon. If you don't know the AI Salon, go to the salon.ai And oops, I've got this covering up my screen. Hang on a sec. Go to there. Go to that URL. And join. You got to click on join our community, and that's going to take you to a site that's a Mighty Network site. And join and start participating. Introduce yourself. Get in there. I'm actually heading to Washington, D.C. next week. The AI Salon is sponsoring a 50-company fly-in. We're sponsoring 10 AI companies that are coming in. We're going out to testify to congressmen and senators and things like that. So that's pretty exciting. And it's just a really good group of people. And it's, if you want to get your head around this AI stuff, it's really hard to do on your own. Really hard. All right. So go there. I don't know what that means for the tweet. Okay. So let's see. So go join the salon. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to show you something on the salon right now. AI Salon. If you'd be so kind, I don't charge anything. I go live 5 nights a week, although this week it was 4 because I had eye surgery. Go to the AI Salon and jump into on the sidebar. Oops, in this sidebar. Under the community corner, there's salon announcements. And the very first announcement in there is AI Salon goes to Washington. And it says, I need your help. And so what I'm looking for are stories of impact. And so I've got a very specific little format in here, which is give me your name, your occupation, where you are, and then 3 short little bullet points of like how AI has had a positive impact. So short bullet 1, the challenge. What was going on that needed addressing? 2, your experience with AI. How did you use AI to do that? And then 3, the result. What's been the result of using AI to solve that problem? It could be a small impact on your life, could be a big impact on your life. I don't care. I'm just trying to have in my back pocket examples of ways that people are using AI to make their life better. It could be you rediscovered a dream. It could be it solved a problem. It could be it helped you deal with mental illness or some health thing. Like, I don't care what it is. It could help you start a business. So in exchange for me, being swell and being here every night, if you could go do that, that would be awesome. All right. So go do that. So that's your weekend homework. Just share some impact of AI. Okay. That's amazing. Have a great time in DC. Yeah, I'm excited about it. This will be my second time doing this. And it's a really good group. We had a kickoff today and I'm excited about it. Don't forget to give Donald his taste. I'm pretty sure we're just meeting with staffers. But I am meeting with a bunch of senators that I'm excited to meet. So I'm still learning how the site works. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the site, and it's part of the deal is just exploring it and getting there. So anyway, didn't you make that? Make what? This image? Yeah, I made this image in. What did I make it in? I did. I made some images in Midjourney, and then I went into ChatGPT because ChatGPT is good at text. And I uploaded some style images and then a picture of myself. And then I said, make me images that are inspired by these styles that say this and have that in the background. So that was one of them that it did. So pretty slick. Pretty slick, I say. All right, everybody. Oh, Lemmings. Let's go see what it did with Lemmings. Did it do it? Did it do it? Let's go back here. That's AI Asteroids. What's going on here? Why? What? Dizzy Lemming Party. Error. Build unsuccessful. Try to fix it. Is 4.0 making 5-second videos? I don't think so. Make a video of a lemming. Since I can't directly make videos, you can do it in Sora. Asteroids gave me a bonus life at 10,000 points. That's amazing. That's so cool. Someone already got to 10,000. Spinning up preview. Error. Damn it. Try to fix. Oh, and it's crappy. It's not even good. All right. Sprite saviors. Nah, we're not. This is bad. It's going to take forever. Walker, blocker, builder. Yeah, it's got all the right things, but it's got none of the good sprites. So whatever. All right. I'm getting out of here, people. Let me do this. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you'd be so kind, go tell me a story of AI impact over there on the AI Salon. Join the AI Salon. I'll see you back here next week. Normal time Monday. Iffy on Tuesday, Wednesday. It'll be, if I've got time and energy, I'll do it. Thursday, I'm flying, so it won't be Thursday, and then I'll see you Friday. All right? So next week's going to be a bit of a mess. Great show tonight. Thank you, Deal of the Day. Appreciate that. Be kind to your eyes this weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. My eyes are a little crispy right now. Hey, Kyle, I was trying to use AI to create a logo today and couldn't figure it out. Any suggestions? Yeah, just start in ChatGPT. The image generation stuff in ChatGPT right now is quite good, but have it write a creative brief first, right? Say, here's my company, here's my brand. Now describe an approach for what we should have the logo be. If you've got ideas, give it ideas, but have it write the creative brief and then say, now create like a logo study mood board with, 10 different variations, and it'll do that. And then you can say, oh, I like this one, or I like that one, and just narrow it down. Right within ChatGPT, you should be able to get to a usable logo pretty quickly. Microsoft Copilot is apparently good at logos. There you go. All right. All right. In RedNote, they're really posting awesome videos. I don't know what RedNote is. Those are probably from Sora. Hey, Kyle, I was trying to use... Okay, any suggestions? That was it. All right. Be kind to your eyes. You demand. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cephid man. All right. Peace out, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. Hope you had fun tonight. Bye. All right.